upstairs working on the electric train layout. I bought some Metalcraft kits, the Spirit of St. Louis, and each kit builds over 25 different planes. Of course, you can't get all 25 of them out of one kit. You can only get one plane. So subsequently, I've bought 3 kits, and they're really kind of neat, but I'll tell you what, they're complicated. They're not as easy to put together as one would think. A whole bunch of screws and bolts and little levers and just all kinds of stuff, and a not overly clear and concise instruction booklet to put them together with. But I'm going to make 3 different planes. This one right here says Spirit of St. Louis on the side. And what I'm going to do is, up there on the window trim, I'm going to put eye hooks, small eye hooks, and I am going to use clear monofilament line, and I'm going to put one on each end and one in the center, and then they will come over here to the door, and I'll have 3 or 4 lines that will go across there, and then I can hang the planes accordingly. But one of the things that I'm really working on right now is trying to rebuild 1-gauge 3-rail track. I've got a set of ties. I got 300 ties ordered from Germany from a guy that does this stuff, and I've bought rail from USA Track. It's standard gauge rail, and I'm in the process of starting to put things together. But what happened just the other day was I bought a Bing 1-gauge steam locomotive off of Stout Auctions. It's an absolute little jewel, and lo and behold, I find that it will run on my 5-rail standard gauge O-gauge track and runs quite well. I was quite surprised because I have a large Bassett Loke wind-up, and its wheels are slightly larger than the track here. So subsequently on the curves, the locomotive wants to crawl out and over the top. But with this outfit, it seems like they must be a little bit narrower. Something you might want to get sometime too is, I got testing blocks. These are 1-gauge blocks. I set that locomotive on there, hooked an electrode to the spoon, and then an electrode right in here, and got it to running, and found out that basically all it needed was a good lubrication, and it ran very well. So let's see if I can get the thing to going and bring it on around the layout and see what happens. There it goes. Hopefully I ain't got nothing on the track. And that's kind of neat. I'm still going to make 1-gauge track though. It needs to have its own layout, or its own loop anyhow. I'm also going to put an elevated up over this the center track. And I'm going to make it so that it's a double gauge O, single setup of a standard or 1-gauge. But talk about a pleasant surprise. And there we are.